Welcome to Discover Indie Film. I'm Jeff Howard, and I have two people with me in person for this podcast. I'm going to reverse your name order because I always believe in fairness. So this time I will say we've got Tommy O'Rourke and Josh Sathree. Hey, you two.
Hello, Jeff.
You know what I forgot to do was point out who was who last time. People will figure it out.
I think they'll figure out when Tommy talks about all the writing and directing.
True, but I never said, by the way, that's Tommy speaking. But Josh just spoke. All right, so look, there's a bunch of clickable links in the show notes. Go to them right now. Go watch a series on YouTube called Barney and Herb. Won 4 awards at Sherman Oaks Film Festival in 2023. It is fantastic. And if you listen to the podcast before this one, podcast number 608, hey, then you will learn all about how it came together and how Josh and Tommy came to work together and whatnot. So I highly recommend that because this podcast is what I call a 4 questions episode, which means these two gentlemen will be answering name 3 films that you love, name an underrated film, name an overrated film, and name a lesser-known film for people to seek out. I've said this more than 100 times probably, but I have a friend who's a professional session drummer, and he's always trying to stir shit on social media by saying, Neil Peart of Rush is the most overrated drummer of all time. Debate me. And I was like, you know what? I like this overrated, underrated stuff he's doing.
Really?
I'm going to pull it into my film podcast. So when episode 1 came along, I asked these 4 questions, and then they became their own episode because it just makes more sense that way. So I always do this, let someone answer the first question first, and then the other person answers the second question first. You guys can just both. So who wants to go first and name 3 films that you love?
I would just like to say Neil Peart is not one of the most fucking overrated drummers of all time. I want to say that right now on record.
You should. You should.
Also, do you see they're touring and a
did.
young lady is playing the drums?
They just announced it.
A young Scandinavian woman is their new Neil Peart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, no, Neil Peart's not overrated.
Not overrated. God, that really chapped my ass. As a drummer,
Joe Flaherty's character on Freaks and Geeks would say that he is overrated. Because that's what he told us.
Look, we'll save this for your buddy's podcast. I just needed to say my piece.
But did you start as a drummer? You said you're a drummer?
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
I started as a young man back in Quaker school, of course.
For real?
It was the first instrument I ever picked up.
For real? So you left that out of the interview. We didn't even get the musician part.
Oh, God, I could talk about drums and music for days.
I got to admit, drums are the most cinematic instrument. No wonder there's so many films about a drummer, but I get addicted sometimes. Like there's somewhere in Eastern Europe, there's a woman who worships Ringo, and she just plays drums to Beatles songs on social media.
Sounds like a
and
good life.
talks about how great the groove is. She's just like, I'm just like, I could watch people drum. There should be like a drum channel.
I'm sure
There's dozens of them.
Yeah, yeah. Well, see, I don't. There's a thing called YouTube, I guess.
You've heard of it.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I guess I should just get into that. But
this is so exciting.
We've handled the Neil Peart
This is your
part.
thing, man. This is.
I know, because you're an AFI Top 100 fan as a young man.
So why don't you go first?
Well, what's the first question again?
The first question is, it's not name like the 3 best films ever made. Just name 3 favorites, just 3 films that you love. We know there's more than 3, but.
Yeah, see, I overthought this question quite a bit because, I want to give, really artistic answers. But, I hate giving Pulp Fiction as one of them because I feel like it's probably been given a million times. But I would say, yeah, Pulp Fiction, Singing in the Rain, and then I'm just going to go with La Dolce Vita.
Oh, see, you got fancy at the end.
I couldn't help myself.
You went Fellini, right? I'm right?
Yep.
Well, that would have been embarrassing if I was wrong about Fellini.
But each one of those things is, if you tune into the original podcast, I think each one of those movies really evoked something in me. It was like, Pulp Fiction, I had the same feeling a lot of people, they were like, wow, a movie can be this thing, and the dialogue's fucking awesome, and the characters are, weird and cool.
I would argue that all 3 are auteur films. Because even Singing in the Rain,
For its time, for sure, yeah.
Kelly directed it, right?
Did he?
Gene Kelly, I think he directed it. Co-directed it possibly.
He might have co-directed.
I'm just embarrassed that I wouldn't even know that because I know so many things about
But
it.
I just think Singing in the Rain may not. I mean, it was actually when I took Film 101 at UC Santa Barbara in 1986. We had to watch Singing in the Rain. It was part of our film education.
As you should.
Yes, it's epic.
You young brats need to watch these classic films,
right?
But yeah, dude, Singing in the Rain.
It's great. It's an auteur. That's all I'm going to say. So you're drawn to the auteur cinema.
Yeah, and then Dolce Vita, same thing. I was like, oh my god, like what is going on here? Because like it opens with that like crazy fantasy sequence, and you're like.
But you also have
Dolce Vita. Are you talking about 8.5?
I'm thinking of 8.5. Sorry.
Oh, you're thinking of 8.5.
I'm thinking of 8.5.
But still, also you have Italian roots.
Yeah.
I picked up on.
Big Fellini fan.
Yeah.
But I am thinking, 8.5 is the one I was thinking of, not Dolce Vita.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You can revise all you want, or you could just say if all four. Everyone should watch.
Yeah, take that. All four of them.
Take all four and enjoy them.
Watch La Strada too, you punks.
And watch Satyricon if you want to be confused.
All right, it's Josh's turn.
Well, I was like, what are my 4 pinned on at the top of my Letterboxd? And now I'm looking at it and I'm like, ugh.
And the letterboxed flex at the start too.
Because I have Magnolia, which I usually say is my favorite movie. Star Wars is there because it just represents everything Star Wars, but it almost feels like it's on its own planet to say Star Wars. However, whenever I revisit A New Hope, and it jumps out at me as like, this is actually like a crazy independent film. Like it really stands out from the rest of the Star Wars everything as being like a 70s filmmaker movie.
Yeah.
And then I have Pulp Fiction and Almost Famous.
That's another one.
Because I just love Almost Famous.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's not changing the world in any or storytelling. It's just like a damn good movie that is hard to turn off if you catch it while you're flipping channels back when that was a day.
Part of that movie so bad.
Yeah.
Like I was like, man, I just wish that like I could be a part of something like that.
But then I'm like, okay, so Magnolia 99, Almost Famous 2000, Pulp Fiction 94. Not very creative. I'm not really separating.
Yeah, but we love it. Also, is when you see it, right? Like,
totally.
Like, it's hard for your favorite band at 60 to not be your favorite band at 18. Like, things lock in.
Yeah.
And I do have to say that that I'm probably going to give you a hug on the way out for saying Star Wars.
Okay.
Because and referring to A New Hope as Star Wars as it should be.
Right.
Because I actually do think that film is amazingly special and perfect, and then pretty much everything since then has been a disappointment till Andor and Rogue One. But
damn.
I know I'm like, but when people like say Empire Strikes Back, I'm like,
oh, it's a better movie.
not if you watch it again with your kid and she starts poking in holes. The plot holes start.
I mean, all of Star Wars has plot, except for Andor.
Except for A New Hope. But it's not A New Hope. Star Wars is no problem because it set everything up. But anyway, as you can tell, I got a chip on my stinking shoulder about Star Wars. But
does everybody say Pulp Fiction?
No,
You're so
definitely
hung up
not.
I feel like everybody.
It's
has to say Pulp
possible
Fiction.
Not everyone says Pulp Fiction.
Oh, good.
I'll say this. I listen to a fair amount of comedy podcasts, and like most people end up saying Pryor and Carlin and then they'll go on to say like maybe they're not my favorite, but they reinvented what they were the first people I saw to do something different. They created modern, and I think that's kind of how our generation sees Pulp Fiction. Although I do find it very watchable.
Because I was tempted to say Reservoir Dogs also because of that opening conversation is like very in my blood also.
Yes, it is.
I was actually going to say something like, so this might turn you both against me, but I think over time, looking back on them, I think Reservoir Dogs is the better film. I think it holds up better over time But that's also part of the bias of showing it to our teenagers.
I would also say Reservoir Dogs is more important because it was like the Sundance. I think it was Sundance. Like gave him. But I saw Pulp Fiction first. So.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. But Reservoir Dogs is just such a rock solid movie, and
Right.
like it's very much like the Tarantino-esque things of like a bunch of guys in black suits talking shit. You know, it's got a little violence. It's got a little
lot
bit
of violence.
interesting dialogue.
Although they didn't have the budget for effects, so a lot of the violence is off screen, which is
very true.
amazing.
Yeah, smart.
So smart. Mm-hmm. Everyone thinks they saw an ear cut off.
They did not.
Nope.
They see the
ceiling.
Ceiling that says "Watch your head."
And then he talks into the ear once he's got that little
Oh,
prop.
that's right.
But yeah, you actually don't see it, and so you picture something much worse in your head. That's great filmmaking.
It is.
But don't get me wrong, Pulp Fiction's fantastic.
I would when you revisit, because we were all like, "What?" when Jackie Brown came out when we were teenagers. But if you revisit it, especially in your 40s, you're like, "God damn, that is a beautiful movie about getting old."
Yeah, man. Pam Grier, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah,
Robert
yeah.
Forster.
Yeah.
That's well, we can get on to question number 2.
Yes.
But because for all I know, Jackie Brown might be someone's underrated. But
Oh, that's true.
no, but who wants to? Oh, it's Josh's turn to go first, right? So you get to go first for underrated.
The first one that I thought of, and I think that as time goes on, it's maybe it has a cult status now, and it's a little less underrated than when it came out. But Josie and the Pussycats.
So we are actually friends for life now, because I thought that was one of the best. That's an amazing movie.
It's like
and everyone snoozes on it.
Especially from when it came out, and like I think 2001. It's such a brilliant satire of consumerism, and MTV produced it, and it's just taking shots at what MTV had turned into at the time. But it was advertised as like this girl band movie, and not like an aggressive satire on capitalism and manufactured music.
It assassinates product placement.
Yeah. But now it does kind of have a cult status. But
I'm glad it does. I'm glad it does. I just remember seeing it. I forget why I happened to see it as a middle-aged man or whenever I forget how old I was when I saw it, but I thought it was really special. I thought it was a really cool movie.
And I worked at a Suncoast Video in the mall. That was a store in the mall for your younger listeners where you would go buy DVDs. And we would play that one a lot because it also had a great soundtrack by Letters to Cleo.
It did have a great soundtrack. And now I remember it was Parker Posey and Alan Cumming is why I saw it.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Because, my God.
And the Seth Green, Breckemeyer, Donald Faison is the boy band called Du Jour.
I've never seen it. I can't believe
No?
it. I've never seen it.
That's great.
I'm sorry to everybody.
Well, that's why it's underrated.
Yeah. So now we get Tommy's underrated.
My underrated is only underrated because of a girl I dated. Oh, company's home.
No, that's my lovely wife who just went to the garage for something.
Oh, hi, lovely wife.
No worries.
The only reason I think this movie, I don't know if this qualifies, but the only reason I'm calling it underrated is because I took a girl to see Magnolia in the theater, and we walked out of the theater, and I was like, this is the best thing I've ever seen in my life. I've told you this story, haven't I?
I think so.
And I remember thinking it was like the most brilliant thing I'd ever seen. It was like, this has changed me as a person forever and as a filmmaker. And I was like, what did you think of it? And she said, it was really long.
She's not wrong.
I know, but then I broke up with her afterwards because I was like, you can't be in a relationship with someone who doesn't appreciate Magnolia. But I don't know, does Magnolia, people love Magnolia, right?
People love Magnolia. In fact, I think Magnolia is off. Yeah. Magnolia is people snooze on because all the stuff that Paul Thomas Anderson did after that got more acclaim, but
and it's sandwiched. It's like it's follow up to Boogie Nights, which was like a game changer.
I was obsessed with Boogie Nights. I wrote a paper on Boogie Nights in college.
I wrote a paper on Magnolia, I think, in college.
We just love Paul Thomas Anderson.
So PTA, yeah. Well, who else are you going to write about?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only other thing I can think of underrated that I really like is Mallrats. because it's such a terrible movie.
Yeah. Also, cult status. Kevin Smith talks about how like people now come up to him and like tell him how it's their favorite movie, and he's like, "Well, where were you in 1996 when I needed you?"
People genuinely hated that movie
Yeah.
because it was right after Clerks.
Right after Clerks.
He went
But
from
he
a movie on his credit cards to getting a Universal Studios to let him make a movie.
Like, seriously. And also, like, I think he talked about how intentionally he made just like a goofy ass movie. Like, I'm not trying to do anything. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel here. Like, I'm just like, it's just a fun, like, stupid movie. And it is really stupid.
And gross.
And gross.
It's just because Josh has been stink palmed before.
It's not my
Like,
favorite.
That is the most memorable thing for me from that movie is the stink palm.
Yeah.
To Michael Rooker, right? Wasn't Michael Rooker the guy who got stink palmed
I think it
I
was.
think so, yeah.
and ended up puking or getting really sick?
There's a lot going on in that movie.
A lot going on. But then he followed it up with...
Officer LaFour. Isn't it LaFour's?
I've seen Mallrats once because I didn't like it when I saw it.
I've only seen
See?
it once, too.
See, there
I've
you
seen
go.
it since it was in theaters.
I've seen Dogma 5 times, but I don't care for.
Yeah,
I didn't care
Mallrats.
for Mallrats. I also didn't like. I was not a Billy Madison guy. I was too stupid.
That's
Okay,
just a sin.
that got a look.
That defined my college experience. It really did. Like, it was all we did in our like freshman and sophomore years of college was quote Billy Madison.
I like Happy Gilmore enough, but Billy Madison was too dumb for
It's
me.
extraordinarily stupid, but like memorable for that reason. Thin plot, not a lot going on, super sexist. I could go on.
It does have that wonderful. Oh my God, I'm gonna blank on his name because I blank on names now. But the head writer for SNL for years is the guy who rips on Billy in that little speech where Billy gives a speech and afterwards he basically says that was completely empty. Everyone in this room is a little dumber for having listened to you.
May God have mercy on your soul.
May God, yeah, like that.
A simple no would have been fine.
Yeah, but that teardown of Billy almost like excuses all the stupidity in the movie. They're like,
Yeah.
we know this is dumb.
It's definitely supposed to be dumb.
Yeah. Man-child.
In the best possible way.
Yeah.
I really love that movie.
I'm glad.
Mallrats and Billy Madison.
I did at the time, especially for the Steve Buscemi cameo. But anyhow, question number 3, I think it's Tommy's turn to go first this time, is an overrated film.
Oh my gosh. An overrated film? Oh boy. I didn't think that. Do you want to go first?
Sure.
Go ahead.
I just thought of one because my prepared answer was Gladiator because I just think it's overrated.
Shame on you.
But like I don't feel like that's such a hot take. But I don't think it's actually as good a movie as people. I also I get on people's nerves at the holidays when I start picking apart why Love Actually is a bad movie.
Don't get them started.
But could get me some hate for women of my generation. But I think The Empire Records is an overrated movie. I think that it came out at a time in the 90s where you started to see the Tarantino knockoffs and the Kevin Smith knockoffs, and I think that was a blatant Kevin Smith knockoff that found traction with a certain generation that I don't feel it deserves.
Damn, hot take.
So, if any of the filmmakers don't want to hire me because they heard me say that.
I bet a lot of people would back you up. I actually should be honest. I haven't seen Empire Records. It just wasn't for my generation, you know.
Yeah, I think it died on the vine in the theater, and it had like one of those like Austin Powers got hot on video. But a lot of people love that movie, and I don't.
Fair enough.
I feel horribly underprepared for this one, even though I knew this was going to be a question. Because I feel like a Scorsese here, but like, I just generally don't like Marvel movies.
Actually, some people
Really?
say for
Yeah.
overrated,
Ever?
they go the whole Marvel universe. Some people say everything Star Wars. So yeah, fair enough.
I wonder if those people have seen Star Wars.
Yeah.
Or the original ones. But like the Marvel movies, look, they're fun. I enjoy them. I grew up collecting Marvel cards and reading Marvel comics. But I feel like after the first like handful, like literally the first like handful of them, I'm like, I just don't get it. Like they make, so this is actually my true answer. Like they just make billions of dollars and they're so insanely popular. I'm like, I just don't get it. Like I don't connect with them on any sort of like human level. They're fun and I could enjoy watching them from time to time, but like it just became such a thing that I'm just like, I just don't understand it.
Fair enough.
Even
and
like Black Panther.
I'm making a face so people don't have. I watched the first Black Panther on mushrooms. So maybe that was why I was sitting. I was laying in bed.
It might have been really good that
with
way.
Josie, and I was like, "Are you also seeing the screen like wave a little bit?" But I just like, yeah, I don't know, man. I just didn't knock my socks off. I get too like culturally and like how it's cool and like how what it represents, but like as movies, they just they don't turn my crank.
Well,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Everything from like the first Iron Man to Endgame with a few dips. I disagree with you, but
Yeah, see, I'm glad that I could get this out in front of, so we have a safe go-between.
I admit that I will share that during lockdown with a 13-year-old and a lot of free time, I downloaded the list of the MCU in chronological order instead of order that the films came out, and we binged it that way. Mm-hmm. And it made it a lot better. Like for the actual Thanos story to be in order as it happened through time instead of like a little glimpse of Thanos here and there. Like there's a lot of Thanos hints along the way that impressed me. But my joke is that if it had just ended with Infinity War, it would have been like the greatest thing ever.
Have you rewatched? Do you rewatch a lot of those movies?
not anymore. But I've seen. What is your question?
That's my question. Have you rewatched a lot of those movies?
Yeah, I've seen the Avengers probably 5 times.
Yeah. See, I have even the ones that I have seen. I'm like, oh man, I gotta watch that again.
Captain America: Civil War is a pretty great movie.
You just love America, don't you?
Obviously, you probably haven't even seen that one.
Nope. that's my only.
If that's your response to that movie,
that's my only.
Isn't that when they brought in Tom Holland? Wasn't that the first appearance of Tom Holland in Spider-Man?
No, that was in Civil War.
I thought we were talking about Civil War.
Did I say Civil War?
You did.
You did
Oh,
say
I
Civil
meant
War.
Winter Soldier.
Oh, Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier is Civil War's
Look,
fun.
it's 20-something films, so it's fair enough to...
Yeah. I don't need to... I get defensive of like... There are a lot of them that are like good movies. The way that I said Star Wars is a good movie. And then it became a bigger thing. And
Were the Spider-Man movies some of the originals too? It was like Iron Man... Was Spider-Man one of the first ones too?
Well,
No.
Spider-Man was split off because it was owned by Sony for a while.
Oh,
and
see, there you go.
they were separate.
I did enjoy the first Guardians of the Galaxy.
yeah, and that's a fun, watchable Indiana Jonesy in space movie.
But I have not watched it again.
I've seen that one a few
And the
times.
second one was stupid.
I don't love the second one or the
See.
third one.
I remember liking it, but I had low expectations.
Of the second one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I also saw it for free. That doesn't suck. All right. One last question. It was one of those, I got invited to a free screening at... Anyway. A lesser-known film for people to seek out. Who wants to go first? I'll just throw it up. Although Josh has been forced to go first a couple times.
This is classic in our relationship because Josh is usually more prepared, so it gives me time to think about my responses.
There we go.
That's what you want to hear
The
from your
football's been
director.
handed.
Not prepared.
It's been handed off again. The football is now over in Josh's hands.
There's a movie, I actually wrote a paper about this, that I think has been lost to time a little bit, that I tell people to check out if they're interested in the movie business. It's a David Mamet movie called State and Maine from like 2000. And it's about a Hollywood crew making a movie starring Alec Baldwin, and they get kicked out of their last location. And you get a sense that maybe Alec Baldwin did some things he shouldn't have with the local girl. And they land in this town in Vermont, and just take over the town, which if you work in the industry, and especially if you go on location, you've done and can relate to. And it's just it's really like well written, and it's really well acted, because it's Mamet and it's his players. Like the producer says to the screenwriter, who's played by Philip Seymour Hoffman, he's like, "We lost the mill. Does it have to be an old mill?" And Philip Seymour Hoffman is like the befuddled writer's like, "I'll see what I can do," and he lifts up his script, and you see that the movie's called The Old Mill. Anyway, State and Maine. Watch it.
I've got a great one now. Hard Eight. People talk about Hard Eight.
Hard Eight,
You
the
love
first
Hard Eight.
PTA, right?
Original PTA.
Surprised you didn't call it Sydney.
It's so awesome to watch him at the very start and see Paul Thomas Andersonisms. And the movie is so good. And I'm embarrassed that I can't remember the homie's name.
Philip Baker Hall.
Yes, Jesus Lord, forgive me. But man, that guy puts on a masterclass in acting, and their relationship in the movie is so good. And it's very worth going to see.
I need to rewatch. I don't think I've seen it since college. I
feel
own
like
it.
you were probably the one that told me to watch it.
Probably.
Yeah, it does not disappoint. Hard Eight.
I remember when I saw it in theaters when it came out, and like us little cinema nerds were like, "This is cool." Funny thing is, it was a Gwyneth film, right? Like
She was.
Yeah.
And Samuel L. Jackson.
yeah,
so
yeah.
many,
Like we were drawn by like that cast,
Mm-hmm.
and
I know.
I haven't seen it since, and which is funny because obviously, like I'm a PTA fanboy. I mean,
Yeah, who is it?
yeah, I mean,
Apparently, too much of America after this weekend.
I still have to go see
yeah,
it.
the new one.
I'm going to go see it in the theater. I promise.
Please do. Please see it in the theater. See movies in the theater.
Yeah, I know.
Opening weekend if you can.
Yeah.
Shout out Paul Thomas Anderson's sister, who I met at a bar in the Valley. Elizabeth Anderson.
Elizabeth Thomas Anderson.
Her middle name is not Thomas.
No, but well, you're both from Michigan, but as someone born and raised in the San Fernando Valley, which is the heart of Los Angeles if you're from the Valley, and it's not if you're not.
Yeah.
But yeah, obviously Paul Thomas Anderson cannot get his ass out of the Valley.
No, and I didn't like when Magnolia came out and I fell in love with it. I didn't understand why it was called Magnolia, because I didn't know about Magnolia Boulevard, and it's not like overtly mentioned in the movie.
No, you associate it with flowers and things.
Yeah.
He talks about how much he loves the Valley quite frequently.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't you? It's like especially if you grew
Because
up
it's
here.
hot.
It was a cool time for the alternative, alt culture and around LA. It wasn't like glitz and glamour. It was like seedy and cool and like.
Whenever when I get into the
Intense.
deep valley, like past like Sherman Oaks, I just start to feel like I'm in an 80s movie.
When you come to my house.
No, like towards Encino. Never.
But also when you go into this will be of interest to no one outside of LA, but also when you get into like the center where it actually everything hasn't been torn down and rebuilt, so it actually does look like it did like in the 70s.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool. Like Sherman Way out in Reseda is like, damn, this is a time warp.
Oh, my friend just bought a house out there.
Yeah. There you go. All right. Hard Eight. Hard Eight. Excellent. God, that makes me want to watch it again.
You should.
Because I haven't seen it for 35 years. It was like 30.
Everyone should watch Barney and Herb on YouTube, Grandpa
Yeah.
Bunny Productions, and then they should go watch Hard Eight.
And then they should binge, the Star Wars universe and the Marvel universe and the Paul Thomas Anderson universe and the Tarantino universe.
And play some Rush in the background and worship
play
the God
Rush.
that is Neil Peart.
I'll give a silly shout out to a silly film called I Love You Man, which
I love
was
that movie.
which was wonderful and like totally like for every guy who grew up on Rush a little bit. And I'm sorry to be binary about it, but I've yet to meet a woman who grew up on Rush.
Well, what did I was that on SNL this weekend that they announced? They said Rush is going to announce they're going to be touring with a female drummer, which will mark the first time a woman has been to a Rush concert.
That's golden.
It's close. It's pretty. Yeah, I'm sure they did say that.
They are dorky Canadian boys. Music, people like polyrhythms and weirdos and magical lyrics. So like us.
Yeah,
These
exactly.
guys.
I don't know.
This triangle right here loves Rush.
I do love Rush, but not as much. Like I'm not a Rush head.
I'm not either, but like Neil Peart is one of the gods of drumming.
I think I Love You Man has kind of gotten lost to time a little bit. Like it was. I don't know if people are discovering that movie, but
I saw that in the theater because I met somebody who was like a production assistant or something on it, and we got to screen it because we were sitting next to Jeremy Piven.
He's not even in the movie.
He was just randomly there. And I was like, seeing that with a friendly theater was also one of the best experiences. And I was like, this is such a like dude movie. Like, yeah, man, it's okay for us to say we love each other.
It's almost like the peak bro dude movie,
For
like
sure.
of everything from the Apatow
Without being
universe.
douchey about it.
Yeah,
This-
they were good guys. It was actually about the need for friendship, which is like the theme of Barney and Herb, available on YouTube.
Yeah.
Should be searched on YouTube.
YouTube.com/Grandpa Bunny.
Yeah.
This continues to get in the weeds of Los Angeles geography, but I always said the most unbelievable part of I Love You Man was that a guy from Venice and a guy from Silver Lake would maintain a friendship that close.
Those are big facts.
Yeah, like the first time they hang out in Venice and Paul Rudd's like, I'll get a cab. I'm like, that's $100. You're going all the way back to Silver Lake.
What are you, a millionaire? It's like, this wasn't TV.
They would say that they're going to hang out, and then they won't hang out because
No, and he would never have that listing either, that home listing up in the hills.
Yeah.
No way. You, a realtor from Venice ain't going to have that listing.
No, ma'am.
Oh, man, it's an unrealistic film in every way.
Also, I don't think that Lou Ferrigno even lives in the hills.
Oh, gosh, that's funny. Yeah. Now it's all coming back to me. It's such a great movie.
Well, shout out to I Love You Man.
Shout out to
I believe that was
him.
Nicholas Stoller. Was it Nicholas Stoller?
God, I don't even know.
I have no idea.
I just associated it with the whole Apatow
Yeah, it was
system.
of that.
Because that
Yeah.
shit's fairly
Era.
old now, too, isn't it? What year did that come out? That'd be...
God,
It
is
was like
it,
09 because it was when I first moved here.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
so 16 years?
Dang, that's crazy.
That's what
Long enough it could drive now.
Damn.
And Paul Rudd looks the same.
Yeah. No,
Bless
his
his
deal
heart.
with Satan is a good one.
Bless his heart.
And a huge shout out to his wife. Oh my God, I knew her.
Mrs. Rudd.
Yeah, no.
In the movie?
Quincy Jones's daughter.
Oh, yeah,
Rashida
Rashida
Jones.
Jones.
Rashida Jones,
All right.
who plays tennis with my wife. Okay, so
Well, tell your wife
let me do the wrap up.
to tell Rashida Jones that her episode of Black Mirror called Common People fucked me up a lot, and I can't stop talking about it or telling people to watch it. So,
Fucked you up, right?
It's so unsettling. Have you watched it?
I've watched all of Black Mirror twice.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it just
Not twice.
the way that it just nails microtransactions and
Poor Josh. He's
no,
really got
it's
Josh in a
really
way.
upsetting. Anyway, well done, Rashida Jones and whoever wrote that. I think
good.
Charlie Brooker wrote that one.
I think he wrote. Didn't he just basically write everything?
Yeah, I think he writes like once in a while, like somebody cool will write one, but otherwise he writes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he must be super turbo genius.
Yeah,
Those British writers, it's not fair. They just like someone will just write a whole season of Doctor Who. How do they do that?
I know James Gunn is doing Peacemaker. It's a show.
I've heard of it. I've heard I should watch it. All right, I'll get us out of here.
Okay, thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Tommy.
Thanks for having us.
And thank you, everyone, for listening. Clickable links in the show notes. Everything that these two gentlemen have done, as well as definitely go watch Barney and Herb. You will enjoy the shit out of it. And I'll do the quickest I can. This is the Discover Indie Film Podcast. Like and subscribe. Be kind to everyone you know. If you go to discoverindiefilm.com, you can learn more about it. On social media, it's always at DIFWins. If you go to discoverindiefilm.org, that is actually the nonprofit that runs 2 film festivals in the LA area that is devoted to, that are filmmaker first, devoted to indie film, both in the top 100, best reviewed out of 14,000 in the world. So, you know, still blows me away, so I have to say it. And Sherman Oaks Film Festival, Film Invasion Los Angeles. They're both linked from discoverindiefilm.org. And their little cousin being born in South America next year is Film Invasion Lima. Check it out. It's actually, because we want to not burden ourselves with losing too much money the first year, there's not even a Film Invasion Lima website. There's actually a Film Invasion Lima tab on the filminvasionla.com. Yeah, filminvasionla.com. Now it says FI-LA and FI-Lima. And who knows, maybe we'll end up with a bunch of cities. Who knows? That'd be fun.
I have faith in you.
Thank you.
So do I.
And thank you, everyone, for listening.